People don't want a system. This is a thing that's on my mind today. The more I dive into the solution that I'm looking to provide my ideal client, the more the idea of helping people create repeatable and reliable systems is the thing that I want to help people with. However, from a marketing point of view, nobody wants to buy a system. They're actually not interested in the solution or the specifics of how you're going to solve the problem at all. They are wanting their unique, individual, specific problem solved. And this is the thing that I have to keep reminding myself to come back to. And this is the thing that I want to talk to today. If you've been looking for a way to increase your productivity and ensure that you are focusing on the things that are most important to you, my daily planning and continuous improvement checklist might be exactly what you need. This is a system that I genuinely believe can help us all, but I do believe it can help you with the problem that you are experiencing right now. If you're feeling uncertain, a little bit of structure and the routine that this checklist provides might just be the thing that you need to get yourself thinking with a little bit more clarity and certainty about how you approach your day. So if this sounds interesting, simply let me know and I'll shoot it straight through, no strings attached. Hello and welcome back to the From Zero to Marketing Hero podcast. I'm Paul Heron. I'm a life coach and entrepreneur with over 2 decades experience developing and optimizing processes and systems in the corporate world. For the past 5 years, I've applied these proven principles to my own business with great success. And now I'm delighted to be able to help other entrepreneurs like yourself see the value in creating your very own reliable, repeatable processes and systems that can become the foundation of your own success. This podcast is my latest attempt at continuing to push myself out of my comfort zone. I not only hope to document my journey, but to give you guys a little bit of an insight into some of these coaching strategies along the way. So without any further ado, let's get into today's episode. So people don't want a system. They don't want a process. They don't necessarily want a tool. They just want the challenges that they're experiencing to become easier, to gain understanding in what it is that the next step actually needs to look like. And they want the confidence to be able to take action and follow through. And from a marketing perspective, this is something that's really important to retain an eye on, I think. Maybe it's because I'm still relatively new to this marketing world, but I have caught myself just a little bit lately, and maybe because I am so excited about some of these solutions that I'm trying to put together that ultimately may become part of the journey, part of the solution, part of the actual implementation of a solution. But the thing I need to be mindful of is when I am marketing and having conversations and talking to people about the things that they're experiencing and what they're going through, at that very early stage, I need to keep the conversation based on the challenge that they are experiencing, what that pain point is that they want to move away from, as well as what is the desired location. Where is it that they would like to be at? And if we think about these 2 points, the actual solution is irrelevant at that stage of the conversation. There's a couple of different examples that are just coming to my mind when I think about this. I'm currently based in Ireland, and we're thinking about where we might go away for a long weekend over the next little while. We've got many different options around Europe that are within a couple of hours flight. We could do a little bit of a staycation, which, might be a different experience altogether. It might be driving rather than flying. But ultimately, the how is irrelevant. We're in Ireland. I'm in Cork in Ireland right now. We're thinking about the destination we want to go to. And at this early stage of trying to figure out what that trip might look like, how we get there is irrelevant in so many ways, or at least the specifics are irrelevant anyway. At a really high level, we might decide driving or flying. But beyond that, I don't need to know anything about the specifics of how all this is going to happen. Come to think of it, every single time I jump on an aeroplane, I really am trusting that someone has thought about the how. I literally get on one end and I get off the other end, and touch wood, up to this point, it's always been a nice, smooth experience, and I end up in my destination. Now, for me and my business, I am finding myself getting stuck in the weeds of the how. In that airline example, The airline company themselves, in their boardroom meetings, they would be having conversations about the different types of planes and engines and fuel efficiency and the training that goes into their staff. And there are a million different things they could be thinking about. But for me, all of that is completely irrelevant. I have never put any thought at all into what goes on beyond turning up to the airport, getting on the plane and hoping I get to the other end. And I think when I circle back and come back to my business and what I'm trying to create, and particularly from a marketing point of view, which is what all of this is about, I need to keep reminding myself just to keep coming back to the needs and the problems that my ideal perfect client is going through. And just thinking about things in this way has changed, or it's starting to change the way I approach the messaging I'm putting out in social media, in my emails, in the conversations that I have once I get someone into a conversation. And I think I am actually starting to see some positive results, which is fantastic. So although I am a big advocate of systematizing someone's life, someone's business, creating repeatable processes and routines and rituals that we can rely on and trust to bring us consistent results, trying to sell that to someone who isn't ready to hear that information is going to be really difficult. It's going to be a really difficult sell, I would imagine. So what is it that I can start to talk about when I have these conversations? And in the main, it really has been about asking questions and getting really curious. And the types of things that have been coming up are stress, overwhelm, the inability to be able to switch off from a business, those boundaries, that doubt that pops up around each and every decision that needs to be made by a solo operator. Am I making the right decision? Is this the right thing for me to be doing? The judgment and shame when things don't go to plan. Ultimately, they're wanting to move away from this sense of stress and overwhelm into a place of calmness and certainty and knowing that they're doing the right things. And approaching these conversations with that mindset is huge. As much as I know, or I think that creating a little bit of structure and understanding what it is that we do on a regular basis, using that as a baseline to sort of tinker away and improve things over time, as much as I know that is something that might provide a lot of value, I just need to keep remembering that people don't want to buy a system. They want that sense of calmness. And that's what I have to have in mind with my marketing message, particularly when I'm in the early stages of having these conversations and building awareness of who I am and how I go about providing solutions to my target audience. Once again, just going through this, talking this stuff out loud has been hugely beneficial for me. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you're following along, do you agree? Does this resonate? Does this land with where you are in your business, in your life right now? And are you looking for a place to start building this continuous improvement mindset? Are you looking to move away from the uncertainty that comes with approaching things in an ad hoc way and move towards the certainty and clarity that can come with doing things a little bit more deliberately? If this is you, my 5-minute daily planning continuous improvement checklist is the perfect place to start. It's nice and simple. I've got an instructional video there that guides you through step by step. And all you need to do is reach out, let me know, and I'll shoot it straight through. The best place to contact me is to head over to my website, paulheronlifecoaching.com. There's a few different ways you can reach out there. One of the quickest and easiest ways to make contact is to send a messenger message, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Finally, if you are enjoying the show, it'd be great if you could take a moment to hit subscribe. It really does go a long way in helping to promote the show and get the show out to a wider audience. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye for now.